Hola, Benny Ferguson here. Come for a walk with me. So today I was just talking with a student about, and the question was what is the experience of connecting the upper and lower body together? And I felt it would probably be very useful to share this with you guys out in the internet land to help you start to decode your bodies. You may be wondering, why would you want to connect your upper and lower body? Well, if it doesn't seem obvious to you, what I've found over the years is that the more parts of the body that we connect to move as one piece, then the more powerful the body can be. A quick example of this might be, say you're trying to push someone with just your arm, well then all you get is the potential power from the arm itself. Makes sense, right? So what would happen if we were to learn how to connect the arm with the spine, which connects with the hips, which connects all the way down to the ground? Well, then we'd actually learn to generate force and power all the way from the ground up through the hand. And this is where you see in a lot of martial arts practices, which can often be perceived in a mystical way as to how are they so strong and powerful. Well, one of the key things that I found and experienced through my own practice, which continues to deepen over the years, is this phenomena, is the whole body is connected to move as one piece. All animals that I've seen in the animal kingdom, particularly mammals, they all just naturally follow and understand this. And they don't even need to intellectualize it. It's just a natural thing. Your body's designed to be connected as one piece. And for those of you who have been following my stuff for a while, you know that a lot of it is based around releasing tension from the varying different layers of the body with the intention to connect it and unify it so that it moves as one piece. Now, this is a very different way of thinking about the body, because it's quite common that we can look at the body these days as a sum of many different parts. You know, we treat the arm as the arm and the leg as the leg, and we try and strengthen them and make them the best versions of themselves. But really, actually, what I've found is most important is to connect them together, so we understand how they all work together in relationship with each other. So we go back to the question, and we were talking about connecting the upper and the lower body. Now, there's a few key distinctions that you might notice, and I've learnt these through varying different practices, and probably the most useful practice I've found to help me develop this internal sensitivity, which I call internal sensory perception, or ISP. And I'll talk about that in this little clip coming up. So I hope it's of use to you. There's a few little technical things that you might take in, so don't let it overwhelm your brain. Just take it in. Maybe close your eyes, listen to what I'm saying, and then notice it in your body. Maybe you'd like to just stand up and become aware of what's going on inside your body and just have a listen. Here's a bit of a download of what I experience. So when the body, so first we feel the feet on the ground and connect the feet to the ground, yeah? And we feel the best version of center that we can. And moving up, really we want to look at, the next question is are my hips connected to my feet? Yeah? So when that happens, then we can start to look at the upper body, and we're getting to that point at the moment. So the experience after I had that in my upper body was then, can I feel my shoulders in relation to my spine and my hips? Okay, so initially I felt my spine, but my shoulders were disconnected. There was a lot of tension there, and I couldn't see how the two were connected. It was like I have my spine and I have my shoulders. In time, as my shoulders relaxed and the tension released out of there, what I started to notice was, this is very interesting. So we're going now into the kinesthetic experience that you might notice. So the head lifts up, the ribs lift up, yeah. Then to oppose that, the hips sink down. So then you get two opposing forces, and what that can give you an experience of is a connection or a slight little stretch all the way from the base of the skull down to the base of the hips. Does that make sense? Yeah, so you might get glimmers of that. So then when that happens, when the shoulders sink down in front of the body and they kind of like remember the idea of them, they're a waterfall and they're melting into the belly button. So when that happens, the weight of the shoulders sink down against the opposing force of the head lifting and the hips sinking, and then you start to get a stretch across behind the neck and the middle back. And then that starts to connect with the head and the hips. And if you've got any questions, post them along and I'd be most happy to help. So anyway, I hope this is of use to you. Be well, have a wonderful day, connect to that body of yours, take good care of it, and I'll see you again soon.